Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I have decided to start collecting the 7-inch He-Man figures. Starting with Masterverse, I might get some classics, but I've definitely dipped my toe into the Masterverse universe. I bought the 40th anniversary He-Man, and then I was stuck for years trying to decide whether or not to get the classics He-Man and Skeletor from the 1987 movie or not. And then they brought out the Masterverse, ones which were a lot cheaper, and I was like, but do I like them as much? And it took me forever to actually decide on getting these. Partly price, but also partly because I like the some elements of them. So that's the front, obviously. Now, the first thing I'm disappointed with before even opening it is the chest sculpt. From some of the pictures, his shoulders looked a little narrow, and I thought maybe it's just the straps coming down that's sort of breaking that and making it look narrow. But when you actually look at it, his chest is quite narrow and kind of rounded, kind of like a bit of a barrel chest or something. It's not the shape I'd expect it to be. Now, I was expecting to... Well, I wasn't disappointed by the face, because I knew the face wasn't sculpted to look like Dolph Lundgren. And it's quite different. He's got a real long distance between his nose and his upper lip, which really makes him look different. The hair is similar, and the face shape's a bit different, so yeah. A little disappointed by a couple of those things. Okay, now the back does have some nice artwork, which actually looks more like Dolph Lundgren, which doesn't make a lot of sense. A little bit of text. Other ones available. But, okay, let's actually open him up. Hopefully it won't be too hard to actually get out of the plastic. They can be a nightmare. And I knew he came with the little He-Man head, like classic He-Man. Oh Lord, I'm not going to be able to get that out. Okay. I really don't think these need these ties, but they always use them. Oh, it's sticky tape. I hope that doesn't stick. Because one of the things I did like about this one was it had the gold detail on the cape, which of course the classics He-Man didn't have, which I thought was quite noticeable. Just going to pull it off. Nope, there's some left on there. Now, whose bright idea was that? I don't know, I guess some people complain they probably use stitching or little ties like the other ones before, and it hasn't been well received. Okay. Oh no, that's tie as well. Is that tape? No, it's just slid in there. Okay. Ah, there it is. I knew there was one somewhere. Hopefully he just pops out. I hate getting these things out. So the first thing I noticed about this He-Man was obviously the face sculpt, and the shape of the face isn't that bad. It's just the sort of long. He's kind of got a long mouth and a big gap between the nose and the upper lip, and of course there's another picture of Dolph on the box, which is misleading, and as you can see, he doesn't sort of have those sort of features. But yeah, I just find his arms, his shoulders are huge, but his chest is quite narrow, and he's got this sort of, his chest sort of sticks out and looks kind of strange. It's not the same sculpt the 40th anniversary He-Man has. I sort of expected the body to be the same. You can see the difference there between how narrow his chest is compared to that one. Don't know what that's about. But yeah. Comes with 2 extra hands and a couple extra swords, little knives, more like a gun, and the extra He-Man head. Because I'm kind of thinking of just putting the other He-Man head on the figure, because I remember wishing just that they would do a 5.5-inch He-Man with this outfit, and I was hoping Origins would do it. But what I'm hearing is that the guy who owns the rights to the costumes, who designed them, he has some issue with Mattel, and he's like never gonna like let them produce one. So how Super 7 managed to do one, how Classics managed to do one, I mean, I don't know. But I like the cape. I like the material. The detail is good. The costume is good. The body otherwise, the sculpt is good. I thought the underwear were going to look weird because the original ones came up on his hip and were attached to the side of his harness, and this one isn't. Although it's funny, his hips almost seems to have a sculpture line on there, like it was originally designed that way. So I thought what they would do is they would have the edge sort of coming up, and his waist would be sort of on the inside of it and just sort of turn. But yeah, instead it's just like a straight line, so it does make the articulation easier, I guess. But overall, I like the design. I like the detail. It doesn't look like a sculpture, because the Classics one, whenever I looked at that, I thought it just looks like it's sculpted out of clay and painted. I never liked the look of some of those, that sort of style of action figure. I want them to look like plastic, because it has more of a realistic skin texture than painted sort of sculpted clay. I don't know. But okay, so that's it. Oh, that's not in there properly. He should probably be holding his sword, but I'd rather have it in there. Actually, I can have him holding his gun. Maybe I can get it out. Wow, that's tight. It's not quite the same, but yeah. Okay, I like it in the thing. I don't know what they call the thing on his back, but yeah, he does look wrong not holding it. Okay, well, that is the Masterverse 987 He-Man movie, He-Man. Aside from the weird shape of his chest and the face sculpt that doesn't look like He-Man, I do like it, actually. I should do. Let's see how easy it is to swap it over. Oh, I hate doing this. Whoa. I'm always sure it's gonna break it. Didn't break it, but it did mess everything else up. What is that down there? Is this the edge? I don't know if it works with the original head or not. Shoulders are huge. These big giant balls shapes. I cannot find. There it is. They do not go down. Like, he's permanently got his arms out like that. So I mean, the sculpt looks good, but the articulation is not what I expected, and the chest's a weird shape, and the face sculpt. I mean, they didn't have the rights to Dolph Lundgren's likeness, but they could have at least done like a basic generic sort of face. That's not even on. This video is a bit of a disaster. Nothing's going right. I'm not sure I want to keep that on there anyway. That's okay. It doesn't look right. That head does not look right actually on him. And actually it doesn't look as much, doesn't look as good as that He-Man face. I thought it was going to be the actual same sculpt, the same head. It's not. Whoever designed this likes narrow, long faces. Because He-Man's is narrower, and this one is very narrow. But I think I'm going to put it back. It does feel a bit more like Dolph than the cartoon He-Man or original He-Man. Oh well, I guess this is a 10-minute video. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe.